Good morning students, Sairam. In today's math session, we are going to do the revision of chapter 5, Understanding Elementary Shapes. But before we do that, let's once again look at the mathematics portion and the paper pattern for the first semester exam. So, your first semester mathematics question paper will carry 40 marks. There are 4 chapters included. Chapter number 3, Playing with Numbers. Chapter 5, Understanding Elementary Shapes. Chapter 6, Integers. And Chapter 7, Fractions, only up to exercise 7.2. And here we have mathematics paper pattern. There will be MCQs, multiple choice questions of 1 mark, fill in the blanks, true or false, diagram based questions, then MCQs of 2 marks and box type questions wherein you will have boxes or blanks to fill by clicking the right option. Now let's start the revision. Draw any line segment, say AB, take any point C lying in between A and B. Measure the lengths of AB, BC and AC. Is AB equal to AC plus CB? We have a line segment AB, we have to take a point C on that and we have to prove that AC plus CB is equal to AB. So when we measure AC, if we find AC for example 3 centimeters and CB is equal to 3 centimeter, and when we measure AB we get it as 6 centimeter. So we know that AC plus CB will be 3 plus 3, that is 6, and which is the measurement of AB. This proves that AC plus CB is equal to AB. Then here we have 2 line segments. First one is AD, which is again divided into 2 more line segments. AB, BC and CD. 3 line segments in this line segment AD. So we can see that AD is equal to AB plus BC plus CD. Similarly, AD is equal to AC plus CD, and also AC is equal to AB plus BC, and AC will be equal to AD minus CD. In the line segment WZ, again we have 3 line segments, so WZ will be equal to WX plus XY plus YZ, and WZ is equal to WX plus XZ, and WX is equal to WZ minus XZ. WZ minus XZ, that means this length minus this length will give this length. Next we have verify whether D is the midpoint of AG. So AG has 6 units, AD is 3 units and DG is 3 units. So since AD is equal to DG is equal to 3 units and AD plus DG is equal to 3 plus 3, it is 6, which is the length of AG. So when AG is equal to AD plus DG, that means AD plus DG can be written as AD plus AD, that means 2AD. That means D is the midpoint of AG. Now coming to the angles, here we have an angle POQ, PO and OQ. These are the 2 arms of the angle. O is the vertex. And what name can be given to this angle? The name of this angle will be POQ. This will be POQ. And other names if we give like OQP or OPQ, then it is wrong. POQ is the right name of this angle. Why? Because the angle is formed at the vertex O. So the correct name is POQ. And here we have a triangle. Suppose we name the triangle as ABC, A, B and C. Okay, so what will be the 3 sides? AB, BC and CA are the 3 sides. and three angles are angle ABC, this angle BCA, this angle, and angle CAB, that means this angle. And what are the vertices? The vertices are A, B and C. Now MCQs of 1 mark. If ABC are 3 points on a line such that AB is equal to 5 cm, BC is 3 cm and AC is 8 cm, which one of them lies between the other two? We have the options here. Let's check how we solve it. We know that AB plus BC will become 5 plus 3, that means 8, and 8 is the length of AC, which proves that AB plus BC is equal to AC. That means point B lies in between A and C. So what is the answer? The answer is second option. The answer is second option. B lies between A and C. So let's move on to the next question. Name the types of the following triangles. A triangle with lengths of sides 7 cm, 8 cm and 9 cm. What type of triangle it will be? It will be a scalene triangle, different lengths of the sides. Then B, triangle PQR such that PQ is equal to QR is equal to PR is equal to 5 cm. That means it is an equilateral triangle. All the sides are equal. Next comes triangle XYZ with measure of angle Y 90 degree and XY is equal to YZ. So what type of angle it is? It is isosceles right angle triangle. Two sides equal, one angle is 90 degree angle. Next, triangle LMN with M is equal to measure of angle L is equal to 30 degree, measure of angle M is 70 degree and measure of angle N is 80 degree. All the angles are acute angles. So it is an acute angle triangle. Next question. Which one of the following shapes does not have straight edges? Cube, sphere, pyramid and cuboid. So sphere does not have straight edges. Next question. How many edges does a triangular pyramid have? So we know that a triangular pyramid will have 9 edges. So 9 is the right option. Click on the right option. Next question. We have fill in the blanks. When the sum of measure of two angles is that of a straight angle and if one of them is acute angle, then the other should be dash. That means measure of two angles is equal to a straight angle. Straight angle is 180 degree. One is acute angle means the other one should be an obtuse angle. So this is the right option. Next question. An angle whose measure is the sum of the measure of two right angles is dash. Measure of two right angles means it's 180 degree and 180 degree angle is a straight angle. So it is a straight angle. Next question. Total number of faces of a cuboid is 6, isn't it? So 6 is the right option. Next, a triangle whose all the angles are of measure less than 90 degree is known as acute angle triangle. This is the right option. Next question. A quadrilateral whose opposite sides are parallel is called a parallelogram, isn't it? Opposite sides parallel means it's a parallelogram. This is the correct answer. Next question. If I stand facing east and turn clockwise to face north, the part of revolution I have turned is, that means the question is if I am facing east and if I turn clockwise to face north, that means I face north now. So what is the revolution I have gone through? It is 3/4 of the revolution, isn't it? It is 3/4, 3 right angles. So it is 3/4 of the revolution. Then all the sides of a parallelogram are of equal length. So this is a false statement. Opposite sides of parallelogram are of equal length. So it's false. 2. The opposite sides of a trapezium are parallel. No, in a trapezium only one pair of sides, opposite sides are parallel. Other sides are not parallel. So it is a false statement. Then the diagonals of a square are perpendicular to each other. Yes, it is true, because we know that diagonals of a square are perpendicular to each other and they are equal. Next question, a square can be thought of as a special rectangle. Yes, it is true, because a rectangle when has all the sides equal then it becomes a square. So it is true. B, a rectangle can be thought of as a special parallelogram. Yes, rectangle is a parallelogram because opposite sides are parallel. So a parallelogram with each angle a right angle becomes a rectangle. So this is also a true statement. Next question, we have a line here, which is line segment which is divided into equal units. So we have to say whether they are true or not. The statements given are true or false. So AC is greater than FG. So we can see there are 2 units in AC and in FG we have 1 unit. So yes, it is true, AC is greater than FG. Yes, it is right. The next one, it is true. The next one, CD is equal to GH. So let's see, CD is made up of 1 unit and GH is also of 1 unit. So is it equal? Yes, they are equal. CD and GH, they are equal. Next, BC is greater than EG. Where is BC? This is BC and EG is of 2 units. Okay, so BC is less than EG. EG is greater. So yes, it is true. EG is greater than BC. Next one. Where will the hour hand of a clock stop if it starts from 10 and returns to 3 right angles? So if it starts at 10 and goes through 3 right angles, where it will reach? It will reach at 7 o'clock. 3 right angles it will turn through. So it will reach at 7. Let PQ be the perpendicular to the line segment XY. Suppose we have a line segment XY and PQ is the perpendicular to it. Okay. So and they meet at a point A, intersect at a point A. So what will be the measure of angle PAY? So we have the options, but let's look at the answer first. So PQ is perpendicular to XY. This is XY, and here we have 90-degree angles formed, because when 2 lines they are intersecting at right angles, then only they are called perpendicular. So what will be the measure of angle PAY? It will be 90 degree, and the other angles will also be of 90-degree measure. Next question, identify the type of triangle if triangle XYZ with measure y is equal to 90 degree and xy is equal to yz. This question has repeated. It is isosceles right angle triangle. Next, a rectangle can be thought of as a special parallelogram if a parallelogram with each angle a right angle becomes a triangle, and another option is also given, but we know that the first option is right. Then we have diagram based questions. Select the angle opposite to side CD. So which is the side CD? Here this is side CD. So we have to select the angle. Which is the angle which is opposite to CD? It is CBD, isn't it? This angle is opposite to side CD. So it is angle CBD. Next question. Name the vertex opposite to side AC. So the vertex opposite to side AC, this is AC. So what is the vertex which is opposite to AC? It is B. So vertex B is the right answer. Here again we have a line segment which is divided into equal units. We have to answer the questions. So which one of the following is not correct? AC is equal to FG. Is AC equal to FG? Let us find out. AC is of 2 units, FG is of 1 unit. So no, it is wrong. It is a wrong statement. So the right answer is this one, isn't it? Others, CD is equal to GH is correct, and BC is less than EH is also correct. And one more question we have, does PE bisect CG? That means, is CE, PE, this is PE, is it bisecting CG? Yes, because CE is equal to EG. So yes. Next question, what is the midpoint of CG? What is the midpoint of CG? We have CG here. So what will be the midpoint? It is E. So point E. This is the right answer. Then AB is equal to 1 centimeter. It is not 1 centimeter. AB is equal to 1 unit. AE is equal to 4 units. AE is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 units. Alright. Then BE is equal to what? BE is equal to 1, 2, 3 units, isn't it? So it is 3 units is right. Next question, identify the type of triangle. We have a diagram here and we can see two sides are of equal length. That means it is an acute angle isosceles triangle. All the angles are acute angles. So it is acute angle isosceles triangle. Next, here we have another triangle. We have to observe it and find the correct answer. So here we have a triangle with all the sides of different length, and one angle is 90-degree angle. This angle is 90-degree angle. So it is a scalene right angle triangle. Next question, identify the type of angle from the given diagram. Angle AOB is obtuse or acute, that we have to find out. AOB, where is AOB? This is AOB. So we can see, observe and find out that it is an acute angle less than 90-degree. Next, angle BOD. Angle BOD is this one. So it is a straight line. It is a straight angle. Identify the given diagram. Is it a hexagon or pentagon? It has how many sides? Let's see. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 sides. So it is a pentagon. And which one of the following is not a diagonal? What is a diagonal? When we join the vertices which are not adjacent of a polygon, then we get the diagonal. Okay. So which is not a diagonal? AD, this is AD and this is yes, AD is a diagonal because it is joining vertices which are not adjacent, A and D. Okay, and ED is not a diagonal because it is joining adjacent vertices. So it is not a diagonal. So what is the right answer? The right answer is ED. ED is not a diagonal. It is not a diagonal. AD is a diagonal. ED is not a diagonal. Next question. Which of the following are not adjacent sides? So side AB, that means this side, side AB this side and side BC. These are adjacent sides. Which are not adjacent sides? Second option is side ED and side BA. So side ED and BA are not adjacent sides. So the right option is this one. Next question, what does this diagram represent? Facing east and turning clockwise to north, or facing north and turning anti-clockwise to east? According to the diagram given here, it is facing north and turning anti-clockwise to face east. So this is right. How many right angles are there? It has turned through how many right angles? 1, 2 and 3. So 3 right angles. Next, find the angle measure between the hands of the clock. So here we see that 9 AM means it is 90 degree, alright, and 1 PM means it is 30 degree, and 6 PM means it is a straight line, means it is 180 degree. There will be other options. These are the right options. You have to click on the right option. Then study the diagram. The line L is perpendicular to line M. Is CE equal to EG? We can see that CE is 2 units and EG is also 2 units. So yes, they are equal. Next, box type of questions where you can have a box or a blank to fill. A box like this or a blank to fill by clicking the right option. So let's see what is the first question. What fraction of a clockwise revolution does the hour hand of a clock turn through when it goes from 12 to 9? So what is the fraction of revolution? So when hour hand of a clock turns through 12 to 9, what are the right angles, number of right angles covered? They are 3, isn't it? They are 3 right angles, and the measure of the angle will be 3 right angles means it is 270 degree, and the measure of the complete angle is 360 degree. We know that. So this is the right one. And what will be the fraction? It will be 270 upon 360. So here we have to fill 270 degree. And what will be the fraction when we divide 200? We find the solution of 270 degree by 360 degree. What is the fraction that we get? We get the fraction as 3/4. So it is 3/4 of a revolution. How many right angles do you make if you start facing west and turn to west again? So if you start facing west, suppose you are facing west and again you come back to west, how many right angles you are turning through? So it is 4 right angles. It is 1 complete revolution and it is 4 right angles. Okay. How many right angles covered? It is 4 right angles. And what is the measure of the angle covered in 1 revolution? It is 360 degree. 1 complete revolution is divided into how many parts? Here we have to look at the clock and observe the angle. So 1 revolution is divided in a clock into 12 equal parts, isn't it? And each part measures how much? We know measure of 1 complete revolution is 360 degree, isn't it? And it is divided into 12 parts. So each part will be how much? So each part will be 360 divided by 12. Divided by 12, and what do we get? We get the measure of angle between hands of a clock shown as 30 degree, isn't it? with this question, we come to the end of the session. We will do more revision in our coming session. Thank you.